Good morning, you fine people. Let me put some light on this thing. I'm a little bit shaded. Hey, it's Eric Shelman. See, there's nobody watching me yet, but I figured once you see me, how can you be so compelled? You just have to come online and watch the author narrator spew a bunch of BS. Hey, anyway, this is a special announcement. I'm waiting for some people to watch me. I'm gonna drink some coffee while this thing happens. All right, it's right now, 7:10 in the morning here in Southwest Florida. In the background, oh, this is Righteous Man. All right, in the background, you're going to hear some music, possibly. I guess you hear that. Nice guitar, a little slide guitar right there. Anyway, this is from the album Breaking Ground by the Mood Zombies. That is my former band, right? So I'm doing a giveaway of this album. In fact, I'm going to give away 3 of them. I'm not giving away live here, but all you got to do is going to be very simple instructions. My fans need very simple instructions. That's right, because I'm a simple man. Hold on. That's good shit right there. That's good coffee, right? We have a Keurig. We've had a Keurig for many years now. And I'll tell you, it's just the best coffee there is. Every cup is the same. So it's not like, one's stronger than the other. Somebody put more grounds in than they did the last time. So it's perfect. And if you buy them at the right place, like BJ's and Costco, you can get them cheap. So anyway, look, there's still only one person is there. It's Rachel Edwards. Hello, Rachel. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. Yes, coffee. Yes, Melissa, you're here too now. I see I got at least 2 thumbs up. But anyway, let me tell you a little bit about this album. And you can do this later because this is not an immediate thing. But anyway, Breaking Ground. My old band was called the Mood Zombies. Now, normally when I give this record away, because I often give it away at performances when my band, the Calusa River Band, is playing, because 4 out of the 5 original members of this band are in the Calusa River Band. So that's why I usually stick a Calusa River Band sticker on this before I give it away. And if you win it, it will come with a Calusa River Band sticker on it. And it'll be signed by Greg Fatine, Byron Babb, Dave Chawartha, and me. Because I'm the lead singer, Dave's the drummer, Greg's the bass player, and Byron is the guitarist. So anyway, let me show you a little bit about this. It's very cool. I designed the jacket. So it's got the band picture on there and all the lyrics, which I like that. It's like old school because, back in the day, right, see that? And then the other side. Like right now, you're listening to Righteous Man, which is right there. And then you can read all my lyrics and you can see how deep I am. I'm really a deep guy, I'm like, you got to get a shovel to get to the bottom of me, right? Anyway, now here's the coup de grace, if you want to call it. I don't speak French, but there it is. Look at this. Is that gorgeous or what? So let's see. I'll turn that over so you can see the beautiful label. There it is. Yeah, nice, right? So anyway, it is a beautiful record. It plays lovely on a turntable, which is the only place you could really play it. You can't stick it on top of your head and spin it because it'll do nothing. All right. Anyway, so just to let you guys know, I am working. I haven't started yet, but I will work on part 5 of Zombie Moon. That's coming up soon, and I should be working on it right now. But I wanted to do this. So that's the back of the record. Kind of retro, right? It looks kind of cool. That's me right down there in the middle. See, that's me wearing a cowboy hat, trying to look cool. And well, it's not too hard, I ain't got far to go, right? Just a little nudge and I'm cool. But anyway, so that's that. What else is happening? I was very, very prolific as a writer for a long time. When I first started writing again, after not writing in quite a long time, back in 2010, I wrote Dead Hunger. But that was the first book I'd even started to write in a dozen years. I had written Out of the Darkness, which is a story about a little girl named Mary Ellen Wilson who was abused in 1874. She was rescued by Henry Berg of the SPCA. Many, many people had tried to save this little girl from some horrific abuse in the tenement buildings of New York, but they couldn't save her because there were laws, protecting the parents, right? So it didn't matter if you were an abused child, you were essentially property at that time. So You couldn't get out of a bad situation. There was nobody to save you. But in 1866, the the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, excuse me, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals was formed by Henry Bergh, and this was after he went to he was appointed by Abraham Lincoln as an emissary to the Tsar of Russia. So he was overseas, and before he left Russia, because Lincoln was killed, and he lost his appointment, so he kind of went over to Europe and toured a bit with his wife before he came home, and that's where he ran into the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, which had been formed like in 1841, so a long, long time ago. So he saw this, and he really felt it was his passion. So he came back to the United States, and he formed the SPCA. When he did this, he turned New York on its ear, because people were so pissed off about the horse carts and everything, because they would have these horse carts with just dozens and dozens of people and one horse pulling them, right? So Bergh would pull these things over. He'd release the horse from the harnesses, and they'd give the horse aid. Back in the day, too, I don't know if you knew this, but Henry Bergh invented the first ambulance for horses like 5 years before Bellevue Hospital came up with ambulances for people. And the reason for that was horses would die in the street, and there was such a heavy animal that they had no way of getting them off the street. So they had to invent an ambulance for sick horses, and also to remove, dead horses. So that's what Henry Bergh had a hand in doing, which is very cool. So anyway, that was my first book. I wanted to write a good nonfiction or a good fiction novel, but when I came across Mary Ellen's story, it was too interesting to me to pass up. And then I realized nobody had ever written a book about Mary Ellen before. She was 9 years old when she was rescued. She was the size of a 6-year-old because she was so malnutritioned and everything else. She was locked in a closet in the daytime, and she'd never been outside once. So when she got out of this situation, she couldn't even walk on uneven ground, because she'd never walked on uneven ground before. So it was very difficult for her to maintain her balance. And eventually she lived to be 92 years old. And she had 2 daughters. So, and she adopted a third. So she was a good person, and she did not let the early life that she experienced trash her later life. So it was very cool. But anyway, I know I'm telling you a lot of stuff you probably don't necessarily care about, but anyway, so that's Out of the Darkness, the story of Mary Ellen Wilson, which is also an Audible, although I don't narrate it. I did start to re-narrate it myself, because there's some aspects of the narration that was done I don't like, but it's a long process. But it's an interesting book, and that book still goes 20 years later. Over 20 years later, after that book came out, it still goes to #1 all the time in social work on Amazon. So that's a very interesting thing. Certain times of year when college students are going back to school for social work and so studies like that, I think they mandate that they read my book. And it's written with Dr. Stephen Lazarus, who is he lives in Omaha at this point. But he was in Buffalo at the time, and he'd done more research on Mary Ellen than anybody I'd ever encountered. So he helped me write that book. So it was co-authored by Dr. Stephen Lazarus. Anyway, so that's that. Again, this is the Breaking Ground album giveaway. So if you like vinyl and you enjoy this, just take a screenshot. This is how you win this album. Take a screenshot of the screen that says you are a subscriber to my page. Just show it'll say subscribed or whatever. So just take a screenshot of that, post it here, right, in this thread on this video, and I will rack you up, right? I'll start counting all the people who did that, and then I will choose 3 winners. So now if there's like only 10 entries, I may only choose 2, but we'll see. If there's 10 entries, maybe I'll choose the full 3 winners. But I'm going to have to take a moment to get my band to sign the album. And that won't be too hard. We're going to rehearsal tomorrow, so I could do that. Anyway, so that's that. What else am I doing? I'm probably going to write Time Killer 3. I got to get that done. Emma's Rose is another zombie novel that I thought was a great concept. It kind of begins in a cave in Romania, the virus. And so it's a really interesting story. I think it was good, but then it was mistitled. I called it Emma's Rose, and it sounds like some kind of, romance novel. But anyway, you hear this stuff back here? Yeah, yeah. This one's called Just Go, right? So again, you see, that's right there over here. Right, Just Go. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's good stuff, I can sing like a bitch. I narrate too, but I'm swearing to you, I can sing. So you listen to that. All right, guys. There's 5 of you. I know. I appreciate it. There's Rachel. There's Melissa. There's strange people are what? I don't know what that is. Yes. Good morning. I see you are strange people, and I am too. All right. Well, God, I really appreciate you guys being on. Let me see if I can see anybody else. I can't see anybody else. Just see strange people are Melissa Huffman and Rachel Edwards. Well, I thank you all for being here, and I will go ahead and wrap this crap up, and I'll get writing on Zombie Moon 5, Part 5. I know that's really what you want from me. You don't want this BS. Okay, that picture right up there, just to give a little history on that. I was at a trade show in, God, I don't know, Chicago, maybe. But this guy was set up next to me, and he was doing my monster paintings and stuff. And he was working on that one for a long time. And it was very cool because I got talking to him and stuff. And at the end of the day, hey, Jesus, how are you? At the end of the day, I'm gonna call you Jesus, right? Then it gives you extra clouds. But anyway, at the end of the day, he goes, "Hey man, do you want this?" And I go, "Are you kidding me, man? Really?" He goes, "Yeah, let me sign it for you." Damn if I can read the guy's signature. I don't know who he is today. I still don't know his name because I try to read. I'm like, it's just a squiggly line. Don't you hate that? But my signature is not much better. So when I sign shit for you, it's like that's pretty terrible, Eric. So, all right. This has been my longest live ever on this thing. So just so you know, I want you to win Breaking Ground. I will mail it to your home. Maybe even if you're in Europe, I'll send it out to you. I can fucking fork over the cash. So I'm sorry about my language. That's French. That's right. All right. All right. You guys take it easy. I got to get working. I got things to do. Look at this. Woodstock. This is one of the first shirts I used to wear when I was singing with the band, mostly the Mood Zombies. But all right. And just so you know, I was very upset when the Mood Zombies broke up. I felt like, that there goes my band, right? I was so excited about because we had just come out with the album. But you know what they say? It's easy to put a band together. It's impossible to keep it together. Don't tell the Rolling Stones that or Aerosmith. But anyway, I found in my short experience, it's true. So, all right, I'll let you go now. I'm just rambling at this point. So thank you guys so much. You have a good day. Don't get in any trouble. Don't speed. Look for those speed traps. You know how they reduce the speed when you get into a town. You're driving through the middle of the state. Yeah, it's tricky. Sons of bitches that get you. All right. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you guys very much. You have a good day, Melissa. I sure will. Jesus, go out and conquer. Rachel, I know you can do it. And Melissa, I already said it. Have a good day. Talk to you guys later. And be sure to spread the word on the contest. Let's let this go 1 week. So I will do the drawing 1 week from today. And remember, any comments on this video where you take a screenshot of your subscription showing you subscribed, send it to me. I think you can do that, right? If not, I'm going to have you email it. And I want you to email it to author Shelman. That's AUTHOR SHELMAN, right? At gmail.com. Just if you can't somehow upload a screenshot to this feed, then I want you to send me an email to that email address, authorshelman at gmail.com, and just include the screenshot in there showing that you subscribe to this channel, and you'll be in line to win this album, which I will mail to your front effing door. All right, I'll see you later. Goodbye. Be careful out there. It's a tough world.